Hey everybody, it's Wendy. Welcome. Super excited that you're here with me today. I am going to be showing you how to make this big recipe box. The box is 4 inches tall, 4 inches deep, and 6 inches wide. And I am making this at the request of a YouTube follower. And so here we go. I'm going to use the Truly Tailored bundle, and I'm using a whole bunch of paper. To get this box big enough, I had to use 2 pieces of 12 by 12 cardstock. So I've cut the first 2 pieces at 10 inches by 12, and I'm going to score on the 12-inch side at 4 inches and 8 inches. And then I'm going to turn the cardstock and score it at 4 inches. And I'm going to do this for both pieces. So essentially, to get the dimensions of this box big enough, there is no one piece of paper large enough, so I had to create 2 sides to create the box. So I'm just scoring again here exactly the same, 4 inches and 8 inches on the long side of the cardstock and at 4 inches on the short side. This is Tranquil Tide paper, and it is in the in color pack in the annual catalog. This piece is cut at 8 1/8 and 6 1/8, and I am scoring it at 1 inch on every side to create the lid for the box. So all of the dimensions are written out and explained over on my blog so that you don't have to be stressed out about trying to get it all here. There's in the description below the video, there's a link to my blog, so you can go there and you'll be able to see the instructions there, the measurements and everything that you need. So now I'm just folding on all the score lines for my lid, and I'm going to put my lid together first. Now this video was originally like 45 minutes long because there were some gaps in time, basically. Like this one is a perfect example where I was trying to find the right pieces and stuff like that. So there's some editing here, cutting stuff out and adding different things. And so anyway, all of these pieces that you see me going to layer again are written over on my blog. However, I am going to share them with you. This is cut at 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. And then all of the pieces that are going around the edges are the long ones are cut at 5 3/4 by 3/4 of an inch. And the short ones are cut at 3 3/4 by 3/4 of an inch. These are very vanilla cardstock. And then I'm going to add some really beautiful layers of the True Gentleman Designer Series paper. I think it's called True Gentleman. So the Designer Series paper in the annual or the Occasions catalog, the masculine paper is awesome. It is so fun, and it really lends itself to lots of different projects. You could do lots of different things with it. Okay, so I have all these pieces layered, and now I'm going to grab my Designer Series paper. So for the long strips on the side, they are 1/2 inch by 5 inches, and the short sides are 3 inches by 1/2 inch. And then the top of the box is 3 inches by 5 inches. So you can see I cut out a bunch of stuff there because it's just getting too tedious to show it all on film. And now I'm going to put together my lid. I suggest you use tear and tape adhesive or fast fuse adhesive for all the tabs. You can see here I've cut in to the score line on either side, on the long side. So then these will just peel away and tuck in, and you will use those to close the box. Sorry, I kind of got off camera there, but you can see here I've already peeled away the adhesive on the other end, and now I'm just going to put the box together. So those tabs will just fold in. So you only trim them on one side. I always just trim on the long side. I don't know why. So this is sped up to 4 times its normal speed because, again, it was so lengthy. So I'm hoping you catch everything here. So on these big ones that we folded, we are trimming off some of the edges and kind of angling them. So you can see here I'm trimming into the score line, and then I'm going to trim off the edge so that it's just going to go together easier, and trimming it again. So I have 2 of these pieces, and we're going to put these pieces together. So I've got tear and tape adhesive that I'm using on everything for the box because I want the box to stay together. I don't want it to fall apart. So on this side of the box, I am putting the tear and tape on the outside edge of the tabs and folding them up. So I've got one side of my box, and then I put tear and tape adhesive on the bottom of the box because the other half is going to fit into there. So we're going to do the exact same thing here. We're going to add adhesive to the outside of the tabs because these are the tabs that are going to fold up and close the box. And then we're also going to add adhesive to the outside of the box because this box is going to slide into the other one, and we want everything to stick together really, really well. So I'm just going to remove the release paper here on all of this stuff. And I just line up the edges to try to get that nice seam line. And again, I'm pulling off the tear and tape. And I have to tell you, after I sped up this video, I kind of hated that I sped it up so much, but honestly, this would have taken so long if I wouldn't have sped it up. Okay, so there it all is put together, and you can see right there, I didn't get it set just right. So it's not totally obvious, but it was a little frustrating. So here I ran out of adhesive, so I had to stop and I had to go get adhesive, which gives me a second to catch a few things up. So the top of your box, if it is uneven, don't worry about it. What happened is my sides stuck before I got it pushed to the bottom. So just try to keep your sides pushed away from the insert that you're putting in. Okay, these measurements for the Very Vanilla, each side is 5 3/4 by 3 3/4, and then the end pieces are 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, and then the designer series paper that's being layered on top is a 1/2 inch, or I'm sorry, it's not a 1/2 inch, so it's 3/4 of an inch smaller that's being layered on top. So I decided to use my itty bitty bow punch to create a bow for the front of this box. Now, the person that requested me to make this video, she asked if I would make a recipe box. And so you could totally use this for recipes. You would just have to cut some cardstock at probably 3 7/8 by 4 inches. You could do 4 inches tall by like 5 7/8 wide. And that would be your recipe size inserts that you can put inside the box. So I hope that she sees this video and appreciates it and makes a box of her own. All right, so the boxes I'm creating, though, are probably going to be used for either Father's Day or a birthday coming up, a man's birthday. My husband's birthday is in April, so we'll see. Maybe I'll use one of these for his birthday and put some goodies inside. But I just really wanted to use this paper and get a feel for it and create some fun stuff with this punch. So there is a punch that coordinates with this, but it cuts out quite a big edge around the stamp. So I wanted to layer the punch. So the great thing about this punch is it has very straight lines. So I was able to just fussy cut and trim away the excess kind of close to the line, but not on it. So it kind of left a little bit of a white edge around, or I should say a very vanilla edge around the stamped image. Then I'm going to use my dimensionals on the back of this piece and pop it up onto the chocolate chip piece that I've punched with the punch. And then I will be able to put dimensionals on the back of that and add it to the box. Again, please visit my blog at loveandstampin.com to get all the dimensions and everything typed out for you, so you don't have to stress about if you got all the measurements written down for this box. You can get them over there on my blog. And I have to say that making 3D projects and stuff is super fun, but it is a little bit difficult to make something this big on camera, because it's a pretty good size box. It ends up being 4 by 4 by 6. And also, it's hard to not take up half of your day with the video. So if you feel like this was a little bit rushed, or when I sped it up it was too fast, that is the beauty of being able to pause a video. So you can pause it and look at what I'm doing. You can slow it down, and hopefully that will help you. Okay, so I just put adhesive on there to add the bow to the front, and that finishes my box. And I could put shreddy in this with candies or goodies or whatever. All right, I do have another box over on my blog if you want to see that, because I made 2. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. You can click on either image you see here to watch another video. Click on the circle with my face in it to subscribe to my channel, and give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much.